Luckies? Welcome back to Luck Management. I'm your host, Carter Loesch, and we have another edition of the Luck Management Lifestyle, the luckiest podcast in the entire world. More lucky than finding a $20 bill when you put your clothes into the laundry and you never even noticed it. More lucky than the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, even though I don't know. Hopefully we get lucky and get in that playoff. More lucky than a sunny day after 5 days of rain. This is lucky. This is luck. This is luck management. And being lucky means so much in this world where you have to feel like you get lucky. But luck is preparation. Luck is determination. Luck is not taking no for an answer and striving to be the best that you can be. And so on December 3rd, I think we were all eternally lucky. And hopefully all you luckies out there have been fortunate enough to understand this luck management lifestyle a little bit further so that you can take the steps and you can make the decisions that end up being what somebody else sees as lucky. There's so much luck out there that you can go out and seize. It's not some ephemeral thing. It's not a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It is right in front of you. It is the one step you take and then the next decision and then the next decision. Now, that is always easier said than done. Even in my own world, I am great at giving advice, not always the most amazing at taking it, but man, I am lucky because of the fortunate blessings that I have around me and being able to take advantage of those and being able to take a good, prosperous look in what I can do to be better. And I hope and I pray that you guys have seen that and appreciated that. And so we're doing a solo episode, not fully solo. I got Lolo right here. She's hanging with us right now. But in this season, we have just finished up with Thanksgiving. And want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone there. Hopefully you had wonderful meals. Stuffing, number one on the top of the list. It ain't even close. Actually, stuffing, 1-1. Pecan pie, tied. Pumpkin pie, get it out of here. We talked about it on the last episode with Julia. But hopefully you got to eat a lot. Hopefully you watched some football. Hopefully you were home with your family or with friends that you care about, that you could give thanks for. And what I always do, and I've talked about it a lot, is the grateful for. And I wanted to walk through my grateful for this year. And I challenge you all to think about what you're grateful for. The four things that mean the most to you in the day, or the four things that mean the most to you in the year, in the week, whatever, in this moment. And I want to walk through these four. So the first one I want to say is family. I'm very grateful for my family. My parents have always been there for me. And as we all know, parents continuously always say the same things over and over again. But I'm grateful for that somebody even wants to say those things to me and wants to give me that advice and wants to give me their 2 cents on how they live and how they operate. And I've been blessed with that. I've been blessed with two wonderful, loving, caring parents that I'm so grateful for. And my sister, living with my sister, as you guys have all heard last week on the episode, it was the coolest, funnest episode ever. It was easy, and she's one of my best friends in the whole world. I'm grateful for my brother, being close to him and seeing him rise at Notre Dame and be an incredible, like, confident, successful person. I'm just so grateful. And then that extends to the gratefulness of the rest of the family. On November 1st with Julia's wedding, all of our family was there. The family that by blood, and then the family that we chose. Over 200 people of care and wanting to be there to celebrate and adorn in the beauty of marriage. And so I'm eternally grateful and happy that I could have these moments with them and be a part of something bigger than myself. The second one is faith. Now, my faith has been shaken this year, but I don't think that you can have true faith or that you can be a truly religious person without having your faith be shaken. If it was just completely easy, everybody would do it. If it was just completely all the answers are told to you, then why would you believe anyway? And my faith has been rocky at times, and it continues to be. I feel like I'm at a better place right now because I have really good friends. Shout out Reed, who have helped me walk through these sort of things, or shout out John McBride. But my faith comes into so much. And I think faith comes into this level and this dichotomy of believing in yourself because the Lord and that God believed in you and gave up his life, and he gave up his wrongdoings of people for you. And it ultimately comes down to, do you believe that you're doing the right things? Do you believe that you are making a difference for the people around you? It doesn't matter about the material things that you have or the betterment of how your work went. Now, those are all incredible things, but do you have the faith and the knowledge and the ability to say, I believe that there's something greater than myself? And I've struggled with that. 29 years. I've struggled with that. And if you are all struggling with that, you're not alone. I think so many people are struggling with it. I think that the pastor at the front of the church is struggling with it. I think that the person that is singing the loudest is struggling with it. I think that the person that goes to church every day is struggling with it. I believe that the person that is there every week is struggling with it. And that's okay. It's the struggle that gives you the faith and that gives you the ability to say, okay, this is something worth working towards. Nothing that is worthwhile is easy. And that has come down to my faith. And even though it's been shaken, being shaken kind of makes you feel alive in a sense. And so I'm thankful for being shaken in my faith and continuing to ask questions and wonder and doubt, because that makes me normal. That makes me real. And that makes the journey that much more exciting and worthwhile, I think, at the end of the day. Also in that, my third one will be control. I have really had to have the ability of letting go and knowing that it'll be okay. Safety is, I know that it will be okay no matter what. I heard that from Jordan Williamson on Modern Wisdom, so I can't take that for myself, but it is truly real. I will be okay. I will be okay no matter what. I'll be okay no matter what happens to me. And that is truly understanding, because people have this differential between safety and control. Can you be safe and have control? Can you be unsafe and not have control? Those things are always butting against each other. And there's a lot of things that I want, and I know that you Luckies want to have full control of, to feel like if you can determine this, if you can do this, then it'll all work out in the way that you want. But it kind of comes back to the faith. You make plans, God laughs at them. Funny. Funny enough, excuse me. Whoa. Um, but I'm so happy to not have the control, but to be able to control the things that I can control. To know that what I am doing for myself and the things that are important to me, I can control. I can control my attitude. I can control the hard work that I put in. I can control the amount of time that I put towards the beauty of what is in front of me. And so letting go of that control, I think, is so important. Letting go of control can be scary and daunting, but I think that the most important things in your life, the biggest accomplishments, come when you are relinquishing control to God, to your family, to your faith, to the people that you care about, to understanding that it will all work out. And then fourth, and this is a shout out to the Luckies out there, I'm thankful for podcasts. I'm thankful that even though I don't do this every single week lately, I am so thankful that I have listeners, and I am so thankful and grateful that you come back and that you listen, or that you spend your time possibly hearing the words that I have to say. So thank you to all of you. And even more so, I'm grateful for just listening to podcasts. I listen to podcasts almost every single day, and I get into the loop and I love them, and they are an aid when I'm feeling alone, when I'm feeling lonely, when I want to share something with somebody that I really care about. I love being able to share podcasts. I love to hear people talk and share their opinions. Heck, I like to talk. You guys have heard me talk a lot. And they are one of the biggest impacts and factors in my life that has given me a lot of joy. And this is one of the biggest things of joy that I can bring. And there's pressure to it. And sometimes I don't want to do it, or sometimes I don't know what I'm going to talk about. And sometimes I think maybe no one's listening. Like maybe no one's out there listening. But at the same time, I am incredibly grateful for having a place where I can create, build, and share with you all. And so thank you, podcasts, and thank you, Luckies, for listening. You guys keep me going every single day. Every single day, now we move into, I just turned 30. November 21st, I turned 29. 30 years around the sun. Am I old? I guess kids would say I'm old. I'm 1 year from 30, putting a 3 in the beginning of it. That's crazy. Wild. And one of the biggest things that I've realized is that the older that you get, the less you realize you need. I really don't need much except for the peace, serenity, belief, and hope of the people that I'm surrounded by, and wanting to make them happier, and wanting to go through hardships with them and be there for them when they need me, and they're there for me when I need them. I have always really wanted the world. Of course, I'd love this podcast to be the most popular podcast in the entire world. And of course, I'd love to see millions of people talk about luck management. But I have seen that if I can impact one person, and I've talked about that before, that's all that matters to me. That's all I want to do. And it's good and therapeutic for me. So thank you for coming to my therapy sessions at the end of the day. But you grow up, you see all these people talking about everything that they have, eh, and that you need to grind, or you need to do this or that. It's very simple. You want to be safe and protected, and you want to be okay in those moments of hardship. And I have those things. At 29 years old, I really have so much. And I don't need anything else. There's other things that I need personally, and I always want to get better, but I have what I need. And being able to sit there and be intentional in that is so critical and so crucial. And I think that the next 29 years are going to be even better. The next year, I'm of that glass half full. The world is going to be better tomorrow than it is today. And though I waver in that, I really do struggle in a lot of different ways. But know that as you get older, you're like a fine wine, baby. You're getting better. You're maturing. You're getting more respect. And when you get drank, oh man, drank, it's the smoothest thing that you've ever seen. And it's the time, and it's the experience that you take in. And I think 29 is going to be another transformative year. We're just getting started. I'm just starting the prime of my life. So watch out for the next 40 years, okay? My prime is 40 years long. So till I'm 69, then nice. Until I'm 69, then my prime is maybe done. but we are moving. And whatever age you are, 24, 25, 18, 7, you're in the prime of your life. So enjoy it. Appreciate those moments. Go around the sun and say, what did I accomplish this year? And you'll see that you accomplished a lot. Don't focus on the bad things. Focus on the bad things if you want to improve them and get better, but do not relent on what your mission is and what you want in this world. So 30 years, pretty amazing. With that, I wanted to kind of create a new segment called Luck Pending. And these are some challenges that I've made for this season of winter or just moving forward that I think could be really good for you, and things that I've done that have been very beneficial to my life. And I did this about last week. I went to a shelter and they had set up all this food for Thanksgiving. They had turkeys, stuffing, cranberry, the whole 9 yards that you would need for a Thanksgiving meal. And we put it all in this big truck, and we went to a neighborhood called Thomasville in North Charlotte. And it's a primarily Mexican, Hispanic neighborhood. And as you know, there's been a lot of craziness and things that are happening in the world of immigration and how people can um, keep our country safe. But there are so many people out there that are just hardworking, trying to live their lives and see a degree of what they can do to provide for their family. What can you do to ensure that your kids are fed and your family's fed? And what we did is we took forward this opportunity to go there and hand out food to people that have nothing. They literally have nothing. And so I challenge you to go find some sort of voluntary work if you can and spend a couple hours giving food to them. The amount of smiles and happiness and graciousness that they have for the work that you're doing and just taking the time out of your day, it means so much. People will show you the true colors of themselves and their love and their admiration for what you're doing. And truth be told, it's good for you too. You feel good being able to give back. That's what this world, and that's what we're here to do. So I challenge you, whether that's going to a soup kitchen, whether that's going to a donation center, and just offering your time. Do it. It will make you understand a little bit more, put you into the shoes and context of how these people live their lives, and to be even more grateful for what you have. The second one, reach out to someone you haven't spoken to in a long time. I challenge you to the person that you've been thinking about that you haven't reached out to, or the person that you're hoping that you can get connected with. Reach out to them. I guarantee you, and I know that it will mean the world to them to be thought of. A lot of people are left out or not thought of, but you have to be that friend, right? If you want to have a friend, you got to be a friend. And maybe you saw something online, or maybe you saw something about them that you didn't know before. Reach out. It means the world. And that little bit of communication works wonders. Maybe that's going for a walk. Maybe that's not just a text. And you know what? Don't text. Maybe write a letter or give them a phone call to hear them, talk to them in real life. It truly does make a difference. And I've been able to do that with a few people during this season. In your gratefulness season, in the season of giving, this is a time to go reach out to someone that you haven't spoken to in a while. So I challenge you to do that, and luck will come from that. Luck is pending if you go and do that. And then the last one, which I'm not very good at, but I'm going to do it with you people. I'm going to do it greatly, is for luck pending, sit in silence or pick up a book and just be quiet. Just be still. Now, of course, I'm online talking to you right now. I got lights, I got cameras, I got microphones, but sit and be still for a minute, for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 minutes, if that's all you can do, and just reflect. I think that the stories and anything can be solved within 30 minutes. If you really just care about it and don't blob yourself with all this other stuff. Because I tend to do that. I tend to put podcasts over it. I tend to put music over it to not let the mind work. And I think that you'll be able to solve a lot of things because there's so much noise everywhere around us. So I challenge you to sit in silence. Or even in that, to pick up a book because your mind can work through a book and you can listen to somebody without having to be so caught up in what's that next notification on the phone? What's the what's the next bet I need to make or things like that. And so you also learn. You're able to share those things. Every word is borrowed in a way, and every idea is transferred. But there's so many knowledgeable and amazing people out there. I challenge you to just pick up a book and read before bed because it helps you fall asleep, number one. And number two, it can give you that motivation to do what you want to do in the end. So those are my luck pending 3 challenges to do before Christmas if you could do it, or add it to your New Year's resolutions. It will mean so much. It will do so much for you. From an old segment, I am bringing back the Power Five rankings, and I want to do a Power Five on outdoor activities. The first one is swimming. Any body of water, 1-1. There's nothing better as an outdoor activity. Number two, outdoor concerts. Outdoor concerts are elite. They get you going. People are happy. There's excitement. There's a couple libations everywhere. Awesome. Third, hikes or walks, whether that's with your dog or you're out in nature. There is nothing better than a hike or a walk. Number four, drive to nowhere. Just get in your car, music down, just going for a stroll, looking at houses, looking at people, seeing the nature around you. And number five, sitting by a fire. There's no better 5 things rounded out on a cold night, a warm night, a spring night, sitting by a fire and watching the smoke billow up into the sky. And usually sitting with people, with friends. And even if you're not, a little mini fire for yourself. It's a little bit of redemption. It's a little bit of introspection and involvement for yourself. So I think that swimming, number one, I'm a water bug. I was born in the water. I love the water. If I find water, I'm getting in it. You should do that too. Concerts are near and dear to my heart. All the festivals, concerts, all the money I spent on it's worth it in every little faction. Um, Hikes or walks, I love walking with my Lolo right here. She is the absolute most wonderful walker, and she loves finding squirrels out there and going for them. And the drive to nowhere means so much. It resets you, gets you out of your home if you've been in your home for too long. It allows you to see things that maybe you've seen before, but get a different perspective on things. And then fire. Fire is ephemeral. Fire is a blessing. Fire is destruction, but fire is order. And I think watching that, and I guess you could say watching a stream, like that could be its own right. So those are my Power Five. If you think that there's anything that is better as an outdoor activity, reach out on socials. Let me know. Let me know what you think. Is it is it something different? Do you have a different Power Five? Let me know. Also bringing back dope or nope. And this topic is movie trailers. And I'm going to say dope. I love movie trailers. I love going to a movie, being there 20 minutes before to see all the trailers. And I call them coming attractions. I love them. I think that they are fantastic. I think that we're in the season now of December and Christmas time. All the best movies are coming out. Go out and go to the movie early. Get your popcorn, get your icy, load up on the sugar and the candy and everything you got, and enjoy the trailers. Maybe it gets you excited. Maybe it gets you amped. And it gives you some time to like relax a little bit so you're not just jumping into the movie. Dope. So dope. and they do such a good job, and they get you amped, and it's a montage. Life ain't a montage, but heck, once in a while we want a little montage to get into our life. Last couple topics. ND corner. Notre Dame should be in the playoff. I'm telling you this right now. First off, Ohio State's incredible. They're a great football team. Indiana, they're still frauds. They're not going to win anything. They're going to win a game, maybe make it to the next bowl, but they're done. Like I don't see them as an exciting, innovative team. And we beat them last year. They're not any different. We have a better team than them this year, I believe. If we played them head to head, we would win. Uh, Georgia, great football team. Some questions on what they can do, but they were there last year. They have an amazing coach, top 3 coach in the country. He's he's stunningly good at what he does to prepare his players. Then you kind of round it out. Texas Tech, the Red Raiders, what a bunch of losers. They've won their games this year. I'll give them that. And their air raid offense, but I see nothing from them either. They're there to be fun and like maybe spice it up a little bit, but see ya. Ole Miss doesn't even have a football coach right now. Oregon, good football team. Lanning, you got the West Coast involved. Fun. Then it kind of gets interesting. You got Oklahoma. Their offense is horrible. Their defense is very good, but man, I just don't see them as a team that can be a threat or to win it all. And then it comes to Alabama. Horrible loss to FSU. You have Alabama that they're going to play Georgia. They may lose and not even get into the playoff. If they lose to Georgia twice, that'd be crazy. And then they're knocked out because they have 3 losses, which is hard to see. And then it sits Notre Dame. And I'll skip over Notre Dame right now, but you have BYU and then you have Virginia, which what a you just know they're not going to win. They're just not good enough. But you have to let them at the table once in a while. It's good for football. No, they're not good. And then you have JMU fighting for it or Tulane. These schools, just understand that money matters at these schools. Money is the factor that makes a massive difference. And it's cool if you go to the NCAA tournament for basketball because anybody can win and anybody can hit shots and there's an action of what's going on around you. But man, if you think that Tulane or JMU is going to do anything, the best they're going to do is come within 5 points of the spread. And then that leaves you with Notre Dame. Notre Dame's 10-2. They lost their first 2 games. Oh, I forgot Texas A&M in there, but they lost to Miami 27-24, first game of the season, literally the first game of the season. And it was our first start for a freshman quarterback, CJ Carr, who is going to be a Heisman next year. Calling that right now. And then you have Texas A&M. We lose 41-40 on a holding call that we don't hit the extra point. Just the most absurd things you've ever seen in your entire life. And yes, you can argue that our strength of schedule was nothing after that, but we beat everybody handily. No, we didn't give up more than 20 points for other than USC for the 10 games after that. Our defense settled down. Our offense was electric. And that is why Jeremiah Love should win the Heisman. 21 touchdowns this year in 12 games. 21 touchdowns. Multi-touchdown games, most electric in football. All the other quarterbacks were not nearly as good. He averaged 7 yards a carry, over 1,400 yards rushing. He had about 150, 200 in receiving with a couple touchdowns there as well. Just dominant on the team. He's the best player on the field, whatever field he steps on against anyone. For the last 2 years, he's scored in they played 26, 27 games. He scored in 25 of them. He's a literal lock all season. All I did was make money on betting Jeremiah Love to score a touchdown. And this year, you couldn't get any odds. The best you could get was minus 400 at one point, and that is nothing for a lot of people. And then you look, you would have to get plus or 2 or more touchdowns. That would be like minus 180. Like, everyone knows how good he is and how dominant he is and how he used to hurdle people. Now he just spin moves people, and he's going to hurdle people this playoff. and they should be there. You have BYU that's fighting for a spot. You got Virginia. You got Duke if they win the ACC championship, which they're not going to win, but I would like them to win. But our road there is Alabama losing the conference championship to Georgia, which that would be tough for them. But sorry, Kalen DeBoer. Sorry, Bama. Your moment's gone. And then BYU, just John Smith. That's all I have to say. The tablets that he found out in the middle of Utah. Come on. Come come on. That's you gotta be kidding me. I mean, that's a little crazy. And you have Notre Dame that, not gonna lie, they're at the head of the committee. Pete Pavakwa, very condensed. We have one of the biggest fan bases in the country. If it comes down to it, we're gonna be in there because we deserve to be number one, and we can win the national championship. We can compete there over a lot of these other teams. And number two, it just doesn't make sense to let in these teams that have no option or ability. Jeremiah Love, CJ Carr, Jadarian Price, Malachi Fields, Jaden Greathouse, who hasn't played all year, but he's going to be back. Faison. We have incredible players. Leonard Moore. I mean, Drake Bowen. Our players are studs. Our players are phenomenal. And it would be a disservice to not have Notre Dame in this playoff because we can go out there and we can win it again. Notre Dame, this week we're taking a week off. We get a little bit of rest too, which is even better. Notre Dame is going to make the college football playoff. Jeremiah Love is going to win the Heisman, and I am starting the road. We're gonna win the national championship this year. This is the year that we do it. We are a better team this year than we were last year. I'm telling you this with full-fledged confidence that if Notre Dame makes it, which they will, it is watch out time. They will be favored against a team higher than them, and they will win, and they will do it, and they will show you why Marcus Freeman is a top 3, top 4 coach in the country with great players, with great determination. The Irish are here to stay. So I think that mostly concludes what I wanted to talk about. Wanted to just mention CharmND. They are our only sponsor on this podcast. We got the inverted Irish hats here. I started a new one here, which has the coordinates of Notre Dame football stadium. Tell you what, Fanatics is coming at me again. The whole store is 40% off right now. 40% off. Buy your CharmND before I can't sell it anymore. I donated over $1,000 to a parish out in Chicago off of all the sales that I've made. And I'm so grateful to be able to share a piece of Notre Dame. I mean, you see me, I'm decked in it. I love it. And I love being able to get paid for some of the things that I make. But at the end of the day, it's about sharing the love of Notre Dame. I mean, these hats are 25, 30 bucks. You can't find a better hat. There isn't a better hat out there, better than the Notre Dame logo. AYOOOO, you know what's up. Go get your CharmND. It means a lot to me. Christmas gift, you get the Irish earrings, or you get the gold helmet earrings that are painted with the actual gold from Notre Dame. How cool is that? I just brought back the keychains that have the soil from Notre Dame with 24 karat flakes from the dome, that have wood shavings from the old seats of Notre Dame that have won national championships. And then I have AstroTurf pellets from the field. So, and you're also getting a little helmet, you're getting a little Irish shamrock, and you can clip to anything. It's the coolest little things. And just want to share that with you. CharmND, love thee, CharmND. Julia will be back on next week, I believe. And there also are going to be a few other cool guests and everything. So be excited about that. Get ready for some cool interviews and some differences and this new setup and how we're doing this. It's fun to do it. And I love being able to do this with you guys. And as always, keep living the luck management lifestyle. That's when I would actually say peace, but I'm not doing that yet. You can find us on Apple. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on YouTube. If you like the episode, please like, subscribe, share it with somebody. I think this is a really good episode. to get people interested in what is happening and what I want to do moving forward, and getting back some segments and some fun things that I know I say the same thing a lot of times, but man, you got to go the luck management lifestyle. This is how you live a better life. This is how you get lucky. And I want all of you to get lucky. I want all of us lucky out here. I want a movement of the people. So, as always, keep living the luck management lifestyle. Peace.